Howdy everyone. Welcome back to another weekend episode of Cooking with Mary Sue. Before we begin, please hit that like and subscribe down at the bottom and share. I'll also have links down below to my other channel, which is Susie Q Knit Knacks Reseller, where I show items that I buy at thrift stores to resell on eBay. There'll be a link to my eBay store and a link to my husband's channel, Brother Claude Reflects. And let me share my good news with you once again. I will remind everybody, right over here. See my new book I had published a few months ago. I think it came out in December. It's a children's book, good for ages up to about 12 years old, 0 to 12. Just a cute little story about our cat named Miss Kitty, a little country cat. And it's available on Amazon and Barnes & Noble and I think iTunes. They're also working on an ebook version right now. It's not ready yet, but it will be soon. But personally, I really prefer a hardback. I just love holding the book while I read it. Okay, today I'm a day late this week. I used to do this on Sunday, today's Monday, but all last week we had a whole week full of snow and ice here. We were stuck in the house and the mail didn't even deliver. The post office was shut down for a week, which is unheard of. I have never heard of the post office being shut due to weather, but it was that bad here. We had 2 snowstorms hit us back to back. So I had a lot of eBay orders I needed to pack up and get shipped yesterday and get out, and took them to the post office today, finally they were open. So now we're getting back to cooking. Oh, it's warming up. It's about 50. It's going to be in the 50s all week. Big difference from last week. It was in the 0, down to 0, between 0 and 5 all week. It was cold. So now I'm going to kind of go toward Mexican food today. We're going to be making homemade enchiladas. Now a lot of y'all might wonder, what's the difference between an enchilada and a burrito? Not a whole lot of difference. I'm using flour tortilla shells. Burritos are made with flour tortilla shells. Enchiladas can be made with corn or flour. I'm using flour because I just like they're softer and they bend easier. The big difference is how you hold them. A burrito has no sauce over it. You can hold it with your hand and eat it. An enchilada is smothered in sauce and it's just too messy to hold with your hand. You eat it with a fork and knife. So that's the main difference between enchilada and burrito. And they can be filled with all kinds of things. Beef, chicken, turkey, pork, fish, vegetables. Today I'm using beef, of course, like I usually use. And you can even make bean burritos, and bean enchiladas. I'm going to do a little of both. Some bean, some beef. And you can make a combination, bean and beef. And of course you got cheese and sauce. And I'm using these large ones. Let me show you what I bought. These are Grande. I didn't know they had them this big. I went to get some at the store and I couldn't find the small ones. I had to get these. I thought, well, sometimes you just have to use what you have to and get used to it. So and the 6 to a package here, they are big. I didn't measure that. It looks like it's about 10 to 12 inches big. And I'm going to use this big 9x13 pan. Like I said, I'm starting out with, I got a pound of ground beef all cooked up. I'm going to add some sauce and cheese to it. Let it all melt. Let's get started. I'm going to move you down so you can see what I'm doing. Okay. There. Now I got you in the camera there just about, a little bit, just enough. Okay, got the ground beef mixed up. I am going to use enchilada sauce because it has all my good flavor and I like to use in this. You can buy these packages in burrito, fajita, enchilada. But today we're going to concentrate on this, on enchiladas. Okay. I think I need a bigger spoon for this to stir it around. Yeah, that'll do. Okay. I'm going to add a can of enchilada sauce. I'm going to have to heat this up. I'm going to add a cup of cheese to melt in this. I'm using, let me see, this here is a Fiesta blend. That's 2 cups. I'm going to put 1 cup in here and save the rest for the topping. This is a cup of Fiesta blend. I also have a mild cheddar and Monterey combination. You just kind of use a little bit of both of that in here. Get a little bit of spicy flavor with the cheese on there. Okay, now let me move you over to the We'll heat this up on the stove. This won't take about a minute or two. There, all heated up. That took barely 2 minutes to just heat the beef up for a few seconds. Add that can of sauce. Add a cup, maybe a little over a cup of that cheese. Just let it heat up and melt. That is a really nice feeling. Look at that. Now, since I'm using these large ones, I didn't think this 1 pound ground beef would really be enough. That's why I'm going to fill a couple of them with beans. Then I'm starting out with just Taco Bell refried beans. You can get any brand, doesn't matter. I'm going to add a little bit of sauce to it and a little bit of the cheese to it. And just to make this a little more flavorful with cheese in it and sauce. I don't need to add too much to it. Probably just a spoonful or two. It's a big spoonful. Let me try one. I'm going to start with a little bit. I can add more if I need it. I don't want to get it too runny. Add a little bit of cheese to it. I'll microwave this for about a minute. Now I've got the beans already. I did wind up adding probably about almost, not quite half, but close to half of this can in here in the beans. And about a cup of the cheese. Let it melt, microwave for about 2 minutes. It melted, got a nice great filling here. Okay. Using these little shortcuts like this package of sauce here and your enchilada mix sauce right here, just takes a little shortcut, cuts some of the work down and adds all the right flavor that you need without guessing on what to add. Might mention many years ago, probably almost 40 years ago, one of my grandmothers, she used to have her own Mexican restaurant. Let me tell you about that. Yeah, my grandmother on my dad's side, she owned a Mexican restaurant back in the late 50s, early 60s in Memphis. And I was told, she died when I was very young. I don't remember her too much. But I was told that she had one of the very first Mexican restaurants ever in Memphis. And she did all the cooking herself. And the only thing about it, she didn't write anything down. She knew the recipes in her head. She knew what to add, how much to add. And everybody loved it. But she didn't write it down. I wish she had. I would have loved to make those recipes that she used to make. But that's why it's so important to write things down for your generations to come. So they know how you do it, and so they can repeat it and pass it on to their kids. Now back to our enchiladas. Okay. First thing I'm going to do here is spray my bottom of my pan a little bit so they don't stick. I'm going to add some of this sauce all around here. Whew. Yeah, that's good there. For the bottom of these, coat the bottom. I just opened another can of enchilada sauce. I also have a little can of green chilies here. I'm going to put the green chilies on some of these, but not all of them, because I don't like them that spicy, but my husband does. He absolutely loves Mexican food. Probably his favorite food to eat is Mexican, then Italian, but he loves his Mexican. Okay, that paper out of there. Now the fun, messy part, filling them and folding them. Okay, I've got 6 here. Okay, you start out with, you're going to put filling in the center here. See? Right in the center there. Let's see. I guess I'm putting about 2 spoonfuls. I haven't made these bigger before, so I'm not quite sure how much to put. I'm just kind of guessing. Okay, going to fold the bottom half up where it covers the filling. You're going to fold the sides in like that, and then you just roll it over again. You're going to lay it in the sauce here, the seam side down, like that. Okay. I hope I can get all 6 in there. I think I can. Okay. Bottom up, sides in, roll it over, voila. Okay. I think I'll make this one a combination, some beef and some beans together. I like that. Little beef, and I'm going to throw a little bit of the beans back on top of it. I get beef and beans. There. Bottom up, sides in, roll it over. I'm going to have to really squish these up, I think, to get 6 in there, but I think I can squeeze 6 in. Well, just, oh, okay, I guess. Maybe not. Maybe I have to get another pan here. If I have filling left over, I do have another package of these. I may wind up making some more, because I think I'm going to have more filling than for these 6. If so, I'll make the rest of them all bean. Yeah, a little more bean on this. Have another combination, bean and beef. Okay. Roll it up. Sides over. And fold. Well, it turned out that 4, these are so giant that 4 fill my pan up just like that. I'm not going to squeeze any more in. I had to go get another dish. I'll put these 2 in this little small 8x8. So I'm going to spray it some. Put a little sauce in there. Okay. Okay. I do have enough beef here for these last 2. I can make it a little combo if I have to, but I may not have to. Bottom up, sides over, fold it. There. Lay that one there. Yeah, that little pan's gonna hold these other 2 just nice. So if you do these, if you make these with the Grande size like I'm doing, 1 pound ground beef is just enough. And I did put a little bit of the beans in some of them. That sauce tastes great. I'm gonna put a little bean in this one, because there's not as much beef in this one as there is in the other ones. Ha! The cheese wants to pull apart. Okay. Now I got enough bean here to make just a few more. I could just eat this by itself on the side. It's a side dish. I think I'll do that. I just leave those for a side dish. There. Ah, it's perfect there. I got 4 in this pan, 2 in this one. Now we're going to pour some more sauce all over them. All right. Pour this over this one. Okay. That's over the small pan. Those 2. These 4, I'm going to put another whole can over this. I'm going to scoop some of my sauce over it, so I'm trying to cover them. These are going to bake in the oven on 350 for about 20-30 minutes. But we're not quite done yet. Enchiladas have to have lots of cheese on top of them. Okay. You put a little sour cream on these when you serve them. I'm using the rest of this melted cheddar of Monterey on top. And I got just a little bit dab of extra sharp cheddar. I'm just using a combination of different cheeses I got left over. Yep, that's going to cover it good. Okay. There. Like I said, I'm going to put just a few chilies on some of them. Not all of them, but some of them. I think I put on the 2 over here. Just a little bit. Okay. Now, we're ready to pop these in the oven. Let them cook about 20 minutes and just see how they come out. Hey, everything's done. I had it in the oven for about 20 minutes on 350. Here's what we have. The gorgeous big dish full of 4 huge enchiladas. The small one with 2 more enchiladas. As I said, I put the green chilies in these for my husband because I don't like them, but he loves them. Hey there, hon.
Boy, that sure smells good. I'm hungry.
Are you now? He's waiting for supper. I told you he loves Mexican.
Just give me a spoon or a fork.
Will you going to save me one?
About this much.
About that much fun. I don't want that with the green stuff on it, though. I don't like the chilies, remember? But we're going to put some sour cream on top of this, and we're going to chow down on this tonight, and probably get enough here for about 3 nights. And all it took was to make this was I did use the Grande package here. It has 6 big ones in it. A can of refried beans. I used several different shredded cheeses, 1 package of enchilada sauce, and 1 pound of ground beef. That's all. I did use 4 cans of enchilada sauce for all this. These Grande took more sauce than I thought they would. They're bigger. Well, that's a wrap. That's another weekend. I'll be back next weekend. Don't forget my book over here. You can find it on eBay. Called Awesome Adventures of Miss Kitty and Her Woodland Friends. This is a wrap. See you next week. God bless. Bye.
That's a wrap.
That's a wrap.